All right. So I had been watching a lot of reels. I watch stuff on YouTube all the time, and I watched an episode of Joe Rogan. I just glanced down at the top comment. The top comment was "Justice for Peanut," and I guess that was the episode with Elon Musk, which I didn't finish. And I guess he talked about it and explained it, so I would have learned there, but I didn't. I just saw the comment, and then I saw a video of this guy walking through his house, and he's walking through his house, and he's like showing all his shit, like just totally ransacked and fucked up, and then he's like, this is all for a fucking squirrel. And I'm like, oh wait, I think I heard about this guy. Again, didn't think much of it until I saw on this interview where UFC fighter Jim Miller demands justice for Peanut the Squirrel after his win. Sounds so ridiculous. So I'm sure, as many people know, Peanut the Squirrel, right, was, unfortunately, and once I get past the sad part, we can get to like some of the other shit. Peanut the Squirrel was a famous squirrel on Instagram, right? This guy found the squirrel, rescued the squirrel, and for like 5 years, he was just posting Peanut the Squirrel videos. And then one day, and he was
he rehabilitated the squirrel.
Yes, he rehabilitated the squirrel. The squirrel
found the squirrel, and then like his tail was cut off. Something happened terrific to it, and they nursed it back to life.
Something happened terrific to it.
That's what it sounded like.
Yes. Yeah, so they nursed it back to health, but the thing couldn't be released, and he kept it as a pet. And he just posted videos of him and the squirrel. The squirrel had like little fucking cowboy hats, and the guy had a shit ton of followers, like 800,000 followers or something like that. And then one day, the fucking like, what is it?
Yeah, what was it? Wildlife.
It's like wildlife management or something. Fucking kicked his door down, held his family at gunpoint, which means if they resisted, then they would have been shot, because that's what happens when you have a gun at you. If you resist, they shoot, they pull the trigger. And then they found his squirrel. They fucking fucked up his house, took the squirrel, and they euthanized the squirrel. So, of course, this whole thing. It's a big thing where this guy, Jim Miller, this fighter, is like, look, dude, all this money went towards this operation. Like, they paid so much money to go get a fucking squirrel. Like, who is this squirrel fucking hurting? There are people out there that there's like kids who are hungry. There are families who are in need. There's people, let's say, in like, but this happened in New York. So obviously, I don't know if it was like a federal agency that busted in, but like there's people in, North Carolina that need help. Like there's people that need things, and they're over here fucking around with this squirrel.
That's not what I care about in this situation.
What do you care about?
I care about the squirrel.
Of course, I care about the squirrel too.
I care about the squirrel, and I care about its family.
The squirrel's family? Well, who is the squirrel's family though?
His owners.
His owners? I bet you do care about his owner. And
I do. I'll be so gut wrenching, dude.
And we'll get to that.
Oh, Isaiah, I haven't even seen it, but I remember what you said about it. You think that's how you spell it.
All right. So let's check out Peanut the Squirrel's Instagram account. And let's just take a look at what's going on here. Let's go back. Okay. Because so much of it is
Peanut the Squirrel.
So much of it is like justice for Peanut the Squirrel. I want to get back to where it was like before this shit went down. Okay. So let's take a look at some of this content. Okay, I'm going to turn this music off because this might be copyright. Yeah? You see this?
Yeah. I love it.
I bet you do. You seeing this?
He's going to get in his pocket.
Oh, he's looking for some nuts, huh?
Isaiah, that is not.
Oh, no, that's not what's happening? Okay. So, let's take a look. Because I'm gonna bust this whole fucking thing wide open. Oh, playing a little baseball, is he?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's still trying to look good for it, but it's still for the squirrel.
Is it? Because I'm going to explain to you why the squirrel died. I'm telling you, this is why the squirrel died. I know these things. I get these things. I know how the world works. And this is what happened.
Through your lens.
How many times has my lens been right?
I say your lens is right all the time,
Yes.
but you think it's flawless and foolproof, and it's not.
It is.
Your lens proof tends to be a bit cynical.
It tends to be a bit accurate. And I'm telling you right now, this is what happened to Peanut the Squirrel. Okay? So
I'd say I can't believe you're going to take
just listen. Just 916,000 followers. Almost 1 million followers for a squirrel. Very cute squirrel. But the owner also ain't too shabby.
Well, yeah, of course.
Of course. So here's how this went down, right? There was a couple somewhere in New York. The husband and wife sharing some reels, right? The wife says, "Hey, honey, look at this squirrel video." Or better yet, the husband goes, "Hey, babe, what are you watching?" She's like, "Just this squirrel funny. Just this silly squirrel video." "Hey, babe, what are you laughing at?" It's, squirrel's looking for some nuts. Right? And the husband goes, "Oh, can I see?" And she goes, "Sure." And she turns around, she shows him this. And
What's
this
wrong
is
with that?
and this is what the guy sees. The guy goes, This guy?"
They're both eating
Right?
waffles.
And so the guy just so happens to work for wildlife management. I guarantee you. I guarantee it that the husband worked for wildlife management and was like, "Hey, honey, what are you watching?" Looked at this and he goes, "Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no. Hey, where is that? Hey, can you send that to me? Hey, babe.
What's wrong with it?
Hey, babe, I'd love to take a look at that squirrel and the nuts he's looking for. Oh, let me see the nuts. What's he? Oh, that's wild. Let me see the squirrel." Every video, babe. Every video. Well, this is just
He's
a
putting
squirrel.
Up his good.
It's a squirrel thirst trap, is what it is. The
Oh
whole
my God,
thing.
that was his wiener.
Yeah, no shit. Every single one. Every single video. And look, I'm no shade to this guy. Get your bag, dude. If I looked like this, honestly, he was probably thirst trapping before he found the squirrel.
Yeah,
It just wasn't
just
working out yet.
Throw
You know
it
what I
at a
mean?
Squirrel, yeah.
I mean, he was probably throwing that dong around, on Instagram before he had the squirrel. And he's like, "Yeah, look at this." Oh, it's all about the squirrel. All about the squirrel, right? Anyway, did you see that? Wildlife management husband sees this. Hey, honey, can you send that to me? And she's like, "Sure." And he pulls it up, finds out where this motherfucker lives, and he's like, "Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not." I guarantee that's how this guy got found out. He got found out by a bitter husband whose wife was constantly watching this perfect smiled, huge dicked, plumped ass, shredded dude with a squirrel. That's what happened.
And he was probably following 3/4 of his account are probably just
Oh, I don't care.
sluts in underwear.
What do I care? Yeah, of course not. Of course. I'm sure it was. Those guys are usually that hypocritical. Of course they are. But I also know how guys are, especially a guy in like some kind of form of law enforcement. Of course, that's how those fucking guys are. He sees this. I've seen you look at stuff like this. You think I would go off and kill this guy's squirrel? I don't care. But I mean, I'm telling you, if you want to know how this got found out, just looking at the squirrel. Hey, ladies, eyes on the squirrel. Hey, is that a squirrel in your pants or just on your shoulder? You know what I mean? Like, dude, as soon as I saw this, all the dots connected, and I didn't say anything to you at the time, but I'm like, oh, bro, that's what happened. Because otherwise, how does this guy get tracked down? How does he get found out? It's because the guy's wife was fucking looking at it. He peeked over his shoulder, saw this shit, and he's like, oh, no. Can't have a squirrel. I'll tell you what he can't do. Can't have a squirrel. And he fucking set up the entire operation to go get this guy's fucking squirrel. And here we are. I'm telling you, if this guy was some like schlubby, ugly dude that didn't constantly have his pecker in the fucking thing. Here's for instance, you remember Dudesy? Chad Kulchin, 99% of his Instagram is squirrel photos. Obsessed with squirrels. no one's killing his squirrel. I'm telling you, no one's killing that guy's squirrel.
Oh, he has a pet squirrel?
I don't know if he's got a pet one, but if he did, but if he did have a pet squirrel, look, don't get me wrong. I'm thirsty.
You seem very worked up about this.
Of course I am. This is exciting. I'm excited to tell everybody about this.
I just don't think his thirst trap is that thirsty that anyone would care.
You don't think it's that thirsty? Are you kidding me?
Then you do not know what dudes' thirst traps look like.
Babe. First of all, I understand the female psyche in that the more subtle the trap is, the better it is for the woman. Women find that shit.
God.
Women find that like this like shit with the guys like looking in the camera and he's like, "Hey, ladies. What would you do if I walked in your house?" Like most women find that cringy as shit. Doesn't matter how hot the guy is. Most women find it cringy. Women need to be tricked. Women need to live in this world where maybe he's not trying to thirst trap me. Maybe he just always walks around with his dick almost like completely seen in his pants. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Well, every girl loves gray sweatpants.
Of course, exactly. I get it. I'm not throwing shade at this dude. Like hey, if I was this guy, you bet your ass I would be trying to fluff it up before I fucking got out there. Get a little extra girth on the thing before I fucking get Peanut the Squirrel involved. Like, I'm just like, if people want to know why this happened, if people want to know how it happened, it was a bitter wildlife dude who saw his wife watching this guy's Instagram and he fucking ended it. He said, "Nope. Let's get after it."
You would say that.
I would say that, yeah. What, you think I'd go kill a squirrel?
No.
Okay. I'm like, dude, you got me fucked up. Of course I would say that. And how, oh my gosh, I'm willing to stake everything on it. What do you think it was just some dude? Like, what do you think it was like somebody who like sent in a report? Like some good Samaritan was like, you can't do that. Like most people don't even know you can't keep a squirrel as a pet. So it would have to be a wildlife guy to look at this to even know.
I don't know. Did you do any research on why they went there or how, like, what the problem was? Like,
The problem was he had a pet squirrel and you're not allowed to have it.
No. Okay.
That's the problem. They just, like, if I kept like an orangutan in my house and made a bunch of videos of it, eventually they'd come confiscate my orangutan because you're not allowed to have it. You're not allowed to have like certain. It's considered like exotic pets or something. Look, very wholesome. I'm not mad at the guy. I'm not mad. I mean, look at this. Handsome dude. I wish I had an ass like that. You know what I mean? Would I kill a squirrel over it to spite my wife? Maybe. All right, so that's my Peanut the Squirrel conspiracy, and I'll put anything on it. That's exactly what happened. This guy has to get himself a new grift.
You're always thinking it's somebody doing somebody or wanting to do somebody.
What do you mean? Yeah, because that's how the world fucking runs. I don't know why you're so against.
I just don't think that I just don't think it's that. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't that wowed. I remember when you said, "Oh my God, his whole Instagram's a thirst trap," but I'm like expecting mostly thirst trap posts with like some squirrels, not like just like him with a squirrel, but that guy's just a living embodiment of that's just the way he carries himself all the time.
Right, no, dude,
he goes to the grocery store like that. He goes to the gas station like that.
If you think all the way every single camera, every single angle is shot
right,
set
but
up,
he just lives his life that way. That's just the way. I'm not that.
Babe, I'm sorry. Like every angle is set up to see his junk. He makes sure his junk is in every angle.
Saying he like that.
It's subtle thirst trapping, which is the best thirst trapping. It's the best thirst trapping.
I just wasn't very wowed. It wasn't very wowed.
Oh, you just don't think he's that hot?
No, I just don't think the trap was that big. It was just so subtle. It's just a mild thirst trap.
You think this is a mild thirst trap?
I just wasn't wowed. I mean, I'm not really into dudes with leggings and bubble butts. So it could be something there.
That's what I mean. So you don't think, just don't
also,
find him attractive.
No,
but I mean,
Don't.
That's the thirstiest shit in the fucking world, dude. It's like mostly dick in pants.
I just can't imagine.
And a little bit of squirrel. I just don't understand how. Look, if we want these clips to work, if we want any of this to work, you need to agree with me.
No.
Look at that. Look, dude.
Dude, it's just like every other dude who posts on Instagram.
Do you see how he's got his shit hiked up?
Yeah,
And he definitely fluffed his.
Yeah.
He fluffed his dick, dude. He fluffed his dick before this. That's a fluffed dick. That is a fluffed dick. You could see his dickhead.
Like
You can see his fluffed dickhead.
Yeah, but I love.
His pants are so hiked up. I walk around the house with my pants hiked up.
Yes,
But I don't, dude, that's ridiculous. It has not, dude, I bet a lot of ladies, like, don't even see. Oh, now he's a furry? Now he's a furry. Look, dropping his nuts on his nuts. Look, ladies.
See, it's just too, that's why it's not.
Dude, he loves the digging in the fridge. The digging in the fridge shot. Do you know how many digging in the fridge shots there are? Upside down dick. Hey, check that out.
Babe, what do you have against this?
I think I want to go kill this guy.
I know. It seems like you do.
I'm just blown away by that. You don't
Somebody
think
wrote,
this is...
what's that guy's? Wait, can you go back to the one you just clicked on?
Was it this one?
No, I think it was the one after that, next to it in the middle, upside down, right?
Yeah. Where
Am
can
I
I
looking at
find
the
your
squirrel
OnlyFans
is-
link?
Am I looking at the squirrel or his nuts?
See? Why do you think this is not a thirst trap?
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said I'm not very wowed. I was expecting to be wowed. There's
Yeah, let's look at
boring gray
whole
gray
world.
sweatpants and a fluffed dong, dude.
Oh, this is his wife. That's his wife. Look, everybody knows that a man's thirst trap has to be more subtle. If it's too on the nose, it's like women can be super on the nose and they can just literally put their tits out and go, and fucking guys are like, hell yeah, fuck yeah. But if a guy does that similar stuff and he's like got the ring light on and he's like got his shirt off and his fucking dick's like right here, women are kind of cringed out and a little creeped out by that. Needs to be like, this right here where the girl can kind of be like, I think he just is like that all the time. That's the perfect thirst trap. This is high level class A fucking thirst trap. He was doing it good, dude. And I'll tell you what, some bitter ass husband fucking ruined his party. But if anything, he probably gained more followers and more sympathy. So I do feel bad for the squirrel. Justice for Peanut. I do think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it's stupid. I think the whole thing is insane. Absolutely insane.
I think it's obvious you don't care about the squirrel.
Why would you even say that? Before I even looked at this guy's profile, we had a long conversation about how fucking sick it was. Before I even looked at this guy's profile, I thought it was horrific. I looked at this guy's profile and then I went, oh, I know how this happened. I know how this happened.